nothing alike. We's different. You ain't the hustling type. We's different. Rick King.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose's back in building. Welcome back to the channel. All right, last night was day one of WrestleMania 36. Too big for one night, so it's in 2 nights this weekend. All right, last night was night one or day one, and 8 matches happened, and I'm gonna go through all of them right now. Not in this one video. No. I'm going to separate all of them. So I'm going to go match by match by match, video by video. All right. So, first match, the match that started the night was Alexia Bliss and Nikki Cross versus the Kabuki Warriors for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. I said, or I felt in my mind, that the Kabuki Warriors would win this match. They would retain. But some way, somehow, Alexia Bliss and Nikki Cross won back them tag team championships. They won. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think did the Kabuki Warriors beat Bliss and Cross for those times? I think they did. Did they? I think they did, yeah. I think the Kabuki Warriors beat Alexia Bliss and Nikki Cross the first time for those titles. So that's the case. They got them back. So nice shout out to them. In terms of the match wasn't bad. The match actually was a solid match. Probably one of the better women tag team title matches, because all of them usually aren't spectacular. But I think this time around, I think this was a good match. I think this was a solid match, probably the best match on in terms of the women's tag team match. It was a common tag team match as you usually see, you know, back and forth. Asuka beating Asuka, you know what I'm saying? Asuka was just the life of the party as always. But Michael Cole said something interesting after the match. He said this was the best match Nikki Cross has had in WWE. And I had to really sit there and analyze that quote, because I wasn't sure about it, but he might be right. That probably was the best match Nikki Cross had since she went to the main roster. And no, I agree with it. I can only agree with it because there's not much. Nikki Cross hasn't really done much since she got to the main roster. I think probably her best match was the first match she ever did, which was her against Becky Lynch, I believe. Yeah, I think it was her first match against Becky Lynch. That was a really good match. But yeah, what's next for the Kabuki Warriors after this though? That's the thing. What happens to them? I think you give Asuka, I think you separate them for a minute and you give Asuka a singles run. I think Asuka is that good. She deserves another title shot, at least. I think that. I believe that. I think you give Nikki Cross. You give Alexia Bliss. Not Alexia Bliss, Jesus. You give Asuka another shot at the title. I think you do that. I think that's probably best. And maybe you can give Kairi Sane something. I don't know. But do break him up for a bit. Give Asuka her little a singles run. She should definitely go after the title. Speaking of the title, we will get to that because that was interesting. But yeah, there's not much to really talk about this match. No, there wasn't really build up. It was one of those matches that just came together. So there's not much to say about it. Other than that, it was probably one of the better women's tag team matches ever. So kudos to that. Kudos to Bliss and Cross. They're the only 2-time WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. So, well, we'll see. We'll see how this run goes, and we'll see what happens with the Kabuki Warriors. That's all I got. All right, on to the next matches. Let's get it.